times out here in Champaign. My first time in this building, man, you made this place famous with some of your teammates. It is sweet to finally be here with you.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Jack, and I'm glad I'm back home. So looking forward to this outstanding game we got.
Opening tip is controlled by the Fighting Illini.
Watch Yakachonis in that ball screen action. He's as good as anyone in this conference in that scenario.
Whereas Johnson with it, and Johnson has been phenomenal. The freshman here recently has played himself into the starting lineup. A terrific rebounder, offensive rebounder, and he can do that from the post as well.
I'll tell you what, UCLA, if they want to try to guard him man-to-man, I think they're going to have to switch or come and double at least.
Bilodeau gives it up. Dylan Andrews comes to get it, and he is fouled.
Dylan Andrews getting downhill there off the ball screen action. Talking about a young man that scored double figures 9 times this season. You go back earlier in the year, he had a bank shot at Oregon to win. Very capable young man from the point guard position.
That call goes against Kylan Boswell of Illinois. And Dylan Andrews is pure from the free throw line. Somewhere he has struggled at times throughout the course of this year, shoots it at 67%. Breakout sophomore year a season ago, led the team in scoring and assists. That was a young roster. He's able to hit both.
Right now, you'll see UCLA throw an assortment of looks at the Illini. This team is #1 in the country, according to Ken Palm, in terms of turnover rate.
And those hands in the passing lane, a big reason why. Able to bat that one out of bounds. It's Ben Hummerick. House, who's over there trying to get a pass off and unable to do so. Kylan Boswell take it out for Illinois.
You see right there, the points allowed, steals per game, turnovers forced. I mean, they are a juggernaut defensively, and they try to get 40 deflections per game.
Humrickhouse wants a 3, and that is off the mark. Offensive rebound nearly secured, and then Johnson comes down for it. Down with it for the Bruins. That's Kobe Johnson with the rebound.
And UCLA will be very methodical in the half-court set. They will not want to try and run with the Illini, where Illinois is scoring over 85 points a game.
Sky Clark, who this crowd remembers well as he started his career here with Illinois, and a turnover as Tyler Bilodeau dribbled the basketball out of bounds.
Tell you what, Tyler Bilodeau thought he could just chest bump with Morez Johnson, thinking he's a freshman, Jack, but that's a different freshman right there. He knows where the weight room is.
Driving into the lane and then giving it up. Coming up with the steal is Kobe Johnson, and Johnson looks to run. Clark with a 3, and Clark rattles one out, and the crowd loves to see that. Ivasic coming down with the rebound.
The Illini fortunate that time. UCLA got a clean look off of a turnover. Yakachonis leads the Big Ten in turnovers. He's going to have to be very careful this evening.
Setting things up offensively with Boswell. Now 8 on the shot clock. Boswell sees it, gets a shot up. That falls short, and the rebound is scooped up by the Bruins.
Eric Daly Jr. I love his game, Jack. #3 for UCLA. This kid is supremely talented.
Bailey into the lane, tough turnaround shot, long, and a fight for the rebound, chasing that toward the boundary is Bilodeau, and unable to gather it. Possession to the Illini.
UCLA getting some pretty good cracks at it. Haven't converted at the rate I'm sure they would like to, but they're getting quality looks.
Kasparas Yakachunas ring it up out of Lithuania, and he has been a fantastic find for Coach Underwood. Setting things up offensively. The NBA has eyes on him already. How about a 3-pointer set up beautifully and knocked down Tomislav Ivasic.
Well, this Illini team will shoot more threes than anybody in the country, but that's the best type of 3. When the ball hits the paint, it comes out to the perimeter. That's the best look. And when you see the Illini in action like that, they're hitting on all cylinders.
Bailey over to Johnson. Johnson kicks it for Bilodeau, who thought about a shot. Now over to Andrews with the pull-up. Off the mark. Rebound secured by Ivicic.
Really good challenge by Colin Boswell on Andrews' jumper there.
Yakachunas drop it down inside. A couple of nice passes, and that results in a Johnson 2.
You know, Jack, Yakachunas is definitely the best player on this team, but the most important player for the Illini is Tomislav Ivicic, and you're understanding now why.
Loose dribble picked up by UCLA, now with 15 on the shot clock, going to work offensively.
And UCLA, if they don't score the basketball at a higher clip, Illinois can run you out of the gym.
Bilodeau with a 3. That's off the mark, and rebound. A good, strong rebound out of Morez Johnson. Poked away and stolen. Good hands by Eric Daly to find the basketball.
Yeah, I think being a freshman in this league, it hasn't changed in a while because freshmen don't get the benefit of the doubt. Yakachunas getting raked across the arm, but no call.
Back to Bailey. Bailey well off the mark and shoved out of bounds as Morez Johnson, and that draws the call. It always seems like Morez.
Standing offensive team that can attack you a number of different ways.
And we see a handful of coaches in this NIL era who are a little spooked to play this many freshmen, but these are ready to go freshmen.
Oh, yeah.
That Coach Underwood's brought in here, and they're ready to roll, and they have proven that.
Yakachunas and Ivicic have European experience.
Three-pointer is pure. That's Jake Davis, and he played that role beautifully this weekend as well. Comes in, hits his shots, and when he is doing that, it's good things for the Fighting Illini. Now Andrews kicks over to Daly, and UCLA lost the basketball.
Watch the ball movement once again by the Illini. You see Yakachunas gets deep on the dribble penetration. Late closeout on the shot, Jake Davis in the corner pocket.
Yakachunas with it, kicks it down low, and that is stolen away. Dylan Andrews got his hands on it. That's 3 turnovers now, and flashing on the other end of the court is Kobe Johnson.
Kobe Johnson coming off his best game against Penn State in that last one. Got a number of runouts on turnovers like that.
Will Riley checks in. Anybody that watched Illinois play this weekend knows just how hot he was. Heat checks were out, heat checks were raining. Kick it for Riley. Riley, one more pass, why not? That's off the mark, but Yakachunas comes up with the offensive board.
The ball movement has been stellar by the Illini here early.
Three-pointer won't go, and Kobe Johnson running with the rebound. Johnson, good hands defensively, has that stolen away. Yakachunas hits the deck. And they can run, and they will run. Easy 2 on the other end for Jake Davis.
Tell you what, I'm really impressed with Will Riley. His feel for the game. I mean, that just touch pass over to Jake Davis. Got the Orange Crush going crazy.
Riley, his birthday was yesterday, just turned 19 years old. Now this is stolen away. Humbrick House with the steal, Riley with the deuce. Home crowd to their feet.
These NBA scouts are salivating over his potential.
Out of Kitchener, Ontario, the closest big city is Toronto. You know the geography up there, and now the Bruins trying to get themselves in gear offensively in the hands of Sky Clark.
Sebastian Max got to get activated for UCLA. They kind of pass it.
And the cold streak will continue as Kobe Johnson can't find it.
Well, can UCLA create more turnovers? Because that's the only way they've really been able to score. They've struggled in the half court.
Boswell kicked it to Riley. He lost it. Here goes Clark up to the rim. Now blocked away by Riley at the rim, and the Bruins trying to back it out and reset. Riley still applying the pressure and trying to now recover on the defensive end. Here goes Clark. Clark with a nice 2.
Well, Sky Clark doing an excellent job sticking with it. Got denied the first time, didn't quit on the play. And the Illini fans welcoming Sky Clark home like you would expect him to.
Booing him from his opening touch.
That's right.
Davis into Boswell, kick it back outside. Humrick House trying to get to the rim. And now the offensive rebound is on the deck, and coming up with it is Morez Johnson, as he's done so often.
You're not going to see two teams play harder in the Big Ten Conference than UCLA and Illinois. I mean, they are knocking heads for that ball right now.
Prideful teams, especially when it comes to rebounding. Riley can't find it, and a foul on the board.
Illinois number 15, Jake Davis, his first.
That call is going to go against Jake Davis of Illinois.
Number 32,
Well, if you're a lot of coaching staff, you got to be pleased with the amount of times the Illini are crashing the glass. UCLA looks a step slow trying to keep them off the glass, looking at the best rebounding team in America.
Clark hands it off now into the arms of Kobe Johnson.
See, William Kyle III is in the game right now. Extremely elite athlete. He's not a great offensive threat, but boy, he can get around that offensive rim and cause problems.
Sebastian Mack, he loves to get to the rack and does just that.
Sebastian Mack, stunting like his dad, Sam Mack, who was a big-time scorer in the NBA. Sebastian Mack and Will Riley getting quite acquainted.
Riley calls for the basketball. It's poked away, a little back tip there from Johnson.
Well, the deflections are starting to add up for UCLA.
Humrick House can't find it. Morez Johnson, another offensive rebound. He wants the ball back. He's calling for it down low.
Yeah, I would have given it to him. You want to feed the big fellas when they're working this hard.
And Will Riley is fouled. There's some start here for the Fighting Illini.
Offensive rebounds. So the numbers are holding true here to start.
And Morez Johnson looks like anything but a true freshman, and he has been playing very physically on the inside. And goes Yakachunas drawing the foul.
Good job by Kasparas getting downhill, turning the corner. And you really don't know how big Yakachunas is until you see him in person. Shoulders, legs. I mean, he is a big point guard.
Call goes against Tyler Bilodeau of UCLA. Able to knock it down as Kasparas Yakachunas. They said he takes this whole thing, college basketball, being a part of this program, so seriously, and it means everything to him, so they almost have to be careful coaching him so they don't want him to think too much, because he already put so much weight on his own shoulders.
Yeah, but I've heard Brad Underwood state that, you know, he'll take the turnovers because he says he sees the floor a lot better than his teammates sometimes.
Clark kicks it back out to Kyle. Now Kyle back to Clark. Sky Clark all the way around and kicks it to Mack.
Bilodeau's got to get activated. 3 on the shot clock.
Bilodeau knows he's got to put one in the air, and that shot is well off the mark. And a rebound goes to Gibbs Lawhorn.
UCLA fortunate to only be down 8 at this point with their struggles from the field.
Ivasic tries to sneak a pass through. A couple of hands get on it, and possession's headed toward the UCLA Bruins.
Well, yeah, another turnover by the Illini there. UCLA, Jack, they're giving themselves opportunities with their defense. One of these times they got to convert.
Also in for the Bruins, number 3, Eric Daly Jr.
UCLA already had 4 steals prior to that right there. And so the Bruins defensively, what they are known to do, showing up already. Sebastian Mack over to Bilodeau. Bilodeau thought about the pass. Now he wants to go to work offensively, and that is an air ball scooped up by Morez Johnson.
See, he's trying to go over the 7-1 Ivasic in the post. That's more than a notion. Bilodeau is talented, but doesn't quite have the size to go over the top.
And you already know who that is. Yakachonis, knocked down. Largest lead for Illinois. Clark off the screen, gives it up, and a foul right there at the basket. And that'll be Daly headed to the stripe.
Watch this three here. Yakachonis just in rhythm, no hand up defensively. It makes it look easy. Watch Ivicic just build a wall, didn't have to leave his feet. Great defense without foul.
So Eric Daly heads to the free throw line, transferred over from Oklahoma State after his freshman year. And can't find it. Known as a scorer, though. He has a couple 20-plus point games in January. That against Oregon as well as Iowa, but a slower start to his February. 9 points against Michigan State and then just 7 points against Penn State. And he's 0 for 2, but the offensive board brought down by Tyler Bilodeau.
Yeah, you can hear the roar. Everybody's getting chicken McNuggets with those 2 missed free throws.
And Matt can't find it. Rebound, Yakachonis. Riley with the lob. Lob was a little behind, and now the Bruins can run if they so choose. Pull up jumper, book it. Dylan Andrews.
I like that decision. He could have challenged the shot blocker at the rim. He pulls up short in his range. I like that play. It seems that could get UCLA some momentum and take that rim or take that lid off their basket.
There's Ivicic taking his time on the offensive end of the court, and the shot was long.
Bilodeau, that is excellent defense that time. Didn't let Ivicic get to that right shoulder. Played it extremely well.
Daly kicks it back out.
And Ben Rickhouse. Physical defense that time.
Bilodeau wants a 3. Bilodeau cash.
Bilodeau's the top percentage three-point shooter on this team at over 40%. So he's going to continue to look for his opportunities.
Here's Riley, saw a lane, attacked it. One more pass, Yakachonis, and that shot off the mark. And that's Mack rising for the rebound. Now Mack going straight to the rack, and it's blocked from behind. Yakachonis got a hand on it. And possession is headed toward Illinois.
Well, UCLA.
19-13 home team.
What's kept UCLA in this game is they forced 6 turnovers already. And they've got 6 points off of those turnovers. That's what's kept them in the game. See if they can continue to sit down defensively, get some stops.
Here's Riley, and he's unable to find his shot. I just talked to him earlier today. He was saying, when you are feeling it, when you know that you have your best stuff, all your teammates are just telling you, keep shooting it, keep shooting it, keep shooting it. It was that kind of game. He felt like that rhythm would translate, and still looking for it so far. Boswell goes to get the rebound.
This Illinois team has had 8 different players score 20 points or more in a game. That's just an example of the high-octane nature of the Illini.
Yakachonis making his own offense.
Kasparis has a 5th gear that he doesn't pull out very often, but you just saw it there. Got from the 3-point line to the rim before anybody could adjust.
7 points now for Kasparis. Shot off the mark. Riley with the board. And now Boswell with it. Riley off the screen. Kick it. Ivicic. That stroke is pure.
Well, Tomislav Ivicic makes this offense go. Bilodeau not used to checking too many bigs on the 3 that can shoot the 3 like that.
There's Daly to Bilodeau. Bilodeau going to work on Ivicic, but can't find the shot, and Yakachonis coming up with the board.
Bilodeau's had some good looks. He got the 3 down, but he's had some 2-point attempts that have dropped.
All set up by the terrific passing of Ivasic, and Riley with the 2.
If the ball's popping like that, it's going to be a long night for UCLA.
Home crowd loving it, but Tomislav Ivasic, you mentioned earlier today, he could be the guy that makes this whole team go when he's at his best, and we're seeing his best right now.
I think so. I think Yakachonis is certainly the best player, but Tomislav Ivasic may be the most important player for the Illini. Look at this 5th gear, get all the way to the rim. UCLA does not normally give up layups like that. That's just elite talent. And then you see Bilodeau trying to recover, but tough to bother a shot release of a 7'1" shooter in Ivasic.
7-0 Illinois run. You know, back when you were playing here, maybe you could just recruit the state of Illinois and build a championship roster in that way. What's it like for you now to watch them go fully international and design this roster?
It's kind of crazy because, you know, if you're a fan or if you're a former alum, you've got to get to know these guys quickly because they will not be here next year.
Good point.
You know, and so you try to get around them, you try to meet them and talk to them, and, you know, these guys are a tight-knit group. We were at UCLA's shoot-around. They're a tight-knit group. They have fun together. And just the nature of college basketball now, you know, it's like speed dating. and you better get it right.
You better get it right for sure. And UCLA, as we mentioned, coming in on a 7-game win streak that started back on January 17th, trying to regain that rhythm. Shot won't go, but they've knocked off some good teams along that stretch. Many of those games out west, and now trying to figure out how to get that to travel into the central time zone as they take the trip across the country. Here's Boswell.
Oh, what a fake by Riley.
Riley with a little fake and the finish.
Oh, man. You got to close on him because he can shoot so well, but when he starts adding those pump fakes or hezzies, woo, it's a tough move.
And Riley has 6 now. Clark gives it up, comes right back for it, and he is fouled. But Sky Clark is grabbing at that lower right leg.
Man, it looks like he came down on his opponent's foot when he landed. Take a look at his left foot. Oof. He didn't step on anybody, just landed awkwardly, Jack. And that is, let's hope he can stay in. This is a young man that played against Penn State in UCLA's last game where he was sick to his stomach. They didn't think that he would even play. He had one of his best games of the years. This is a tough young man.
Sky Clark untied that right shoe, laced it up even a little tighter, and now steps up to the free throw line and knocks it down.
You want to talk about toughness. That's toughness. Trying to shake off a sprained ankle and have the concentration to knock that free throw down. Trying to give UCLA some life on this end of the floor.
His father, Kenny Clark, played 3 years as an NFL wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings, so that toughness is within him. Yakachonis gives it up. Humrickhouse does the same. Now back to Humrickhouse.
Kobe Johnson getting the assignment, trying to slow down Will Riley, one of the best defenders in the Big Ten.
Yakachonis has the basketball poked loose, and here goes Mack. Mara checks into the game for the Bruins.
UCLA doesn't realize it. Colin Boswell's guarding Bilodeau.
Clark can't find the finish. Now here come the Fighting Illini. Yakachonis trailing, calling for the basketball. Gets it right back. And poked out of bounds. Possession will stay.
But the way the Illini are popping the basketball around the perimeter, I mean, it is really tough to contain them in that ball screen action, dribble handoff. They got downhill early in the game, Jack, and so now it's kind of softened up the Bruins defense. On the Illini, looks like this.
Smooth pass to get it through, but unable to complete the finish. And now still battling for this possession. There goes Johnson fighting for it as he does so often, but UCLA able to secure.
This is interesting. Ben Humrickhouse trying to guard Andrews.
And Andrews with the air ball.
He got to his spot, Jack, but he just, I don't know, he just pulled up short.
Boswell taking his time, now looking to reload, reset with 13 on the shot clock. Here's Riley. Double team comes. Riley looks to kick. Boswell flying over. Can't hit the shot. Offensive rebound. Scooped up. Yakachonis with it.
It's what the Illini do to you. They just wear you down with second, third chance opportunities.
Now with 10 to shoot. And a foul is called. And that'll be an offensive foul. Go against Boswell. So 28-15, UCLA looking to extend that win streak to 8.
A fairly good job of maintaining the basketball here in the last few minutes.
For UCLA, Mack and Clark both have 4. Those their leading scorers thus far. Here's Tyler Bilodeau outside for Andrews. Back to Bilodeau. Bilodeau, rise and shoot, and that is right on the money.
It's been their best offense here in the first half. Simple pick and pop. Space Bilodeau. He's getting clean looks. Ooh.
Yakachonis is fouled. He is the leading scorer for Illinois with 7.
Yakachonis is fortunate that time. That could have easily been another turnover. And I think, Jack, a lot of times, and he's still young, he just gets too deep on the penetration sometimes. And that's when you see some of those turnover issues.
Kobe Johnson is shaking his head. He knows that is 2 fouls as he will head over to the bench, take an early seat.
Well, he's got to be careful talking to Bert Smith like that. Because Bert is one of our better officials, but can't be chirping at him. And I understand the frustration. Kobe Johnson, one of the stellar defenders in our conference, coming off his best game. A little frustrating to have to go to the bench here.
By the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. LAS students, faculty, and alumni ask big questions.
All things considered, though, Jack, UCLA is fortunate not to get blown out of the gym here in the first half. They really haven't found the range offensively. See Yakachonis, a little bit of contact there. Enough for Bert Smith to make that call.
Stefanovic checks into the game for UCLA. You see the length of Mara, 7'3", 240, defending that inbound pass. Trying to get a shot through, but Mara there for the rebound.
I like that decision by Will Riley. He knew he had an advantage over Bilodeau. Just didn't get it to drop.
Here's Andrews back to Matt. Mara calling for the basketball.
They're not even looking for him. He's wide open.
Mack to the right hand. Yes, sir.
Ooh, that was pretty. Getting it up on the glass before the defense could adjust. Can that get the Bruins going here in the last 2 minutes?
6 points for Sebastian Mack. Some contact down low as Riley is calling for the basketball. Now comes to get it. Riley, great cut to the basket, stolen away. Bilodeau looks to run. Back to Bilodeau, and that three-pointer is right down the middle.
Oh, I love to see it. Bilodeau starting to get on a heater, bringing his team back. UCLA starting to develop some confidence here on the offensive end.
Yakachonis over to Davis. One more pass. And that three-pointer rattles home. A whistle just as it goes through the basket. Humrickhouse knocked down.
The basket counts.
And Mick Cronin still arguing his case.
His first, team's fifth.
Adai Mata, they called it on the rebound attempt. Watch he and Ivicic underneath the bucket. Oh, yeah, grabbed his jersey. That's clear right there.
There has been some fascinating battles for rebounds in this first half, hasn't there?
Oh, man, you better know that you better have your helmet and chin strap on.
Yeah, you're right.
And when you're going against the Illini on that glass.
Yakachunas can't find it, floating there for the putback, but it won't go. That's Gibbs Lawhorn who tried to put it back home. Under a minute. Here's Mack. Mack through the contact. He's letting him know.
Wow, man. Mack hit Gibbs Lawhorn with that shoulder to create that space, and lo and behold, UCLA back in this game.
Yakachunas gets it right back. Kicks it. One more pass. Corner three won't go, and Mack there for the physical board.
UCLA starting to do a better job of cleaning up the defensive glass. Mick Cronin has to be pleased, Jack. Their only offense has been Tyler Bilodeau. And yet, if they score here, I mean, they have all the momentum going in halftime.
And Mack is fouled. That's Gibbs Lawhorn. Dre Gibbs Lawhorn, who got a piece, and it has been a back and forth there with Mack.
Take a look. Watch Sebastian Mack turn the corner and hit Dre Gibbs Lawhorn to create that space. That's a veteran move by Sebastian Mack.
Now with 7 to shoot. Mack thought about pulling up. Instead, the up and under. And he can't find it. There was a little more time on the clock than that would have made you think. But with all that, we head to halftime. 31-25 with 4, Illinois with 9. Looking at the steals, UCLA with 6 and Illinois with 2 in that first half of play. Here's Clark, still getting the boos as he began his career right here with Illinois, and Bilodeau can't find it.
Well, defensively, I thought UCLA was pretty good in the first half, forcing 9 turnovers, but they just could not buy a bucket consistently. They just struggled on that side.
Yakachunas down to Boswell. Boswell trying to somehow navigate all the arms in there that were trying to grab at the basketball, and he draws that foul.
Yeah, I'm like Mick Cronin. I thought that was a little travel there. I thought he took up a lot of ground without putting it on the deck.
Shooting 2.
Call goes against Eric Daly. That will be his second.
There's a positive on both sides. Let's take a look at this, Jack. Let's go back and look at this real quick. Now watch when Boswell picks up the basketball, right? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he got away with one there.
And he's able to convert at the line with both.
Eric Daly, Sky Clark, and Kobe Johnson have to get activated. Get on the offensive glass, get something going to the rim, but they've got to become a factor.
Andrews kicks it to Johnson, and Kobe Johnson is fouled.
Foul on Illinois number 3, Van Huberkhouse.
That's a good job by Johnson. Getting into the paint, putting some pressure on the Illini defense, and earning 2 free throw attempts.
And that call is going to go against Ben Huberkhouse. That'll be his first.
Kobe Johnson, a 2-time all Pac-12 defensive team member, has started to find his offense, Jack, so he's becoming one of the better two-way players in this conference. And we referenced it earlier, coming off a 15-point performance against Penn State, one of his best of the season.
Coaching change with USC, and then that brought him over to UCLA, so keep it out there in Southern California, but excited about the opportunity to play with Mick Cronin. Yakachunas making his way to the basket, and another foul on the defensive end for the Bruins.
Great drive by Yakachunas. Gets his shoulder into Sky Clark, and that strength and that speed. Look how fast Yakachunas can get to the rim and put pressure on the defense.
Shooting 2.
And that foul of note as Kobe Johnson picks up his third. He picked up that second foul late in the first half and took a seat with it. And Kobe Johnson makes his way back over to the bench as Mack comes in for him.
Sebastian Mack had a positive influence on the offensive end, but I think UCLA is at their best when Kobe Johnson's on the floor. So let's see how they manage this in the second half.
Mack with 8 points in that first half, coming in off the bench. Very strong performance for him off the bench. Saturday as well against Penn State, 14 points, a couple of rebounds, a couple of steals as well. Bilodeau is knocking them down from deep.
Well, Bilodeau's going to have to carry UCLA because it seems like no one else is really stepping up on the offensive end besides Sebastian Mack. Might ride the big fella the rest of the game.
That's the fourth three-pointer for Bilodeau. Yakachonis with the kick. Big man on the other end of the court looking for a three. That off the mark. UCLA says it's their possession, and it is.
I love how Mick Cronin is moving Bilodeau around in the ball screen action. So you see Illinois likes to drop coverage, and that makes Tomislav Ivicic go a long way to challenge that shot.
Clark kicks to Daly. Daly lost his footing. Crowd calling for a walk. Tied things up down low, and a jump ball, the ruling.
Jump ball, possession.
And possession going the other way, back to the Fighting Illini.
Well, Eric Daly Jr. just having a tough time getting going and loses his footing right there because he turned the corner on Marez Johnson. I think he's going to have an opportunity to score.
Full court pressure defensively from the Bruins. They get it to Yakachonis, and that calms things down. Kasparis trying to sneak a pass through unsuccessfully and stolen away by Dylan Andrews.
When Yakachonis makes the simple play, Jack, he's extraordinary, but he gets in trouble when he's trying to hit the home run.
Mack with a tough shot, won't go. Yakachonis scoops up the board. Boswell thought about a three. Boswell rains one home.
Well, Bam got behind the defense, and UCLA had to adjust. Bam slide, dribble into his spot on that wing, and he's money.
Andrews with Boswell on him defensively. Now the switch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bam is Kylan Boswell's nickname, if for those that don't know.
And Andrews rise and shoot.
Now that's big. Andrews is 34% from three on the season. UCLA desperately needed one to go down from someone not named Bilodeau.
Yakachonis with it. Thought about handing it off, instead straight to the basket, and that is why everybody's so excited about the young guard.
Well, he took a shot, looked like to the lip, but he's okay. I'm telling you, way faster than people think. You can't see it on film when you're scouting.
It just always seems to be in control, doesn't he?
Yep. Until he gets too deep on the penetration.
And now Mack with nice defense there by Ivicic.
Humrick House there as well, forcing that errant shot by Mack.
Yakachonis with Ivicic calling for the basketball. Yakachonis pointing to him now. Now Boswell. Back to Yakachonis. Into the lane, can't find it, and he is grabbing at that right leg of his as he limps back down the court.
That's not a good sign.
Sure isn't. And now a sub making his way to the score table to check in for him. Humrick House with the board.
Boy, when you see a player grab just below their backside on that hamstring, that's, I hope it's not what I think it is.
Stays in the game for now. Ivicic, double comes, and possession will stay as Will Riley will check into the game for Illinois. 39-33, the Bruins start. Yeah, he was immediately stretching that right hamstring as soon as he sat down on the bench. For now, Will Riley checks in for him. Riley with a great move outside. Riley to the rim.
Well, Will
And
Riley,
oh
man, I'm telling you, the game, he told us to shoot around today. The game is slowed down for him. He's able to read things a lot better. And with that 6'9" frame of his, tough to defend.
Mara unable to really get going offensively yet in this game. Mara gives it back outside to Clark. Now with 10 to shoot. Sky Clark. One more pass. Three-pointer. Right on target. Eric Daly from deep.
Now, Daly can shoot the three now. On the year, he's 37%. He hit 4 or 5 against Gonzaga early in the season. See if he can get going.
Loose offensive possession. Riley tried to get it to Johnson, cannot do so. And Eric Daly makes him pay. First the 3, now the 2.
Yeah, that's 5 quick points for Daly, so he's going to get activated. One of the more complete players on this squad.
Ivicic, excellent look. Morez Johnson.
Got a 7'1" center that can lay a pass to a fellow big like that. He is so talented.
Sees the court. Now Clark lobs one to the rim. Ivicic there defensively, and now a jump ball.
Possession UCLA.
Stay with the Bruins.
Returning for Illinois, number 32, Kasparas Yakachonis.
And this is good to see for the Fighting Illini as Yakachonis checks back into the game.
Yeah, good job by UCLA on the break. Avoiding the shot block of Ivicic going the other way. Eric Daly Jr. starting to heat up.
Daly flash and shoot. Yakachonis rising for the rebound.
And Yakachonis looks good here coming up the floor.
Boswell, couple crossover dribbles. Aiming to draw some contact. UCLA shaking their heads at that one. Sebastian Mack can't believe it, and he gets to the line.
Nick Cronin letting Bert Smith have it. He was not happy with that call. It's just a veteran play here. He gets him off the balance. His arm is out. That's automatic foul.
Kylan Boswell able to hit it. First couple of years at Arizona for him. Led the team last year with 50 steals, 15 double-digit scoring games on the season for him, but coming off a slow offensive week, 4 points against Minnesota and then 6 points against Rutgers, as Humrickhouse will take a seat. And now 7 points for Boswell.
UCLA hanging around. See if they can get somebody else going besides Daly.
Mack off the screen,
Oh,
Mack through the
play.
contact, and one.
What a play. I love how hard Sebastian Mack goes to the hole. Like, he's going for keeps.
He is.
And if you're going to meet him, you're going to feel him. And Ivicic doing all that he can, but that's an excellent finish by Sebastian Mack. Love the concentration, the presence of mind to get it on the glass.
Now Sebastian Mack to finish off the three-point play, shooting it directly into the student section with every distraction you can imagine in the air, and it worked. Offensive rebound pulled down by Mack, but there was contact along that process, and Mack is fired up. And his teammates are trying to calm him down.
Look, Sebastian Mack and his team is going to have to realize they have not shot the ball well. They're only down 5. You don't want to compound things here. He felt like he got a clean rip right there on Ivicic. And just did not like the call, but got to be careful. And UCLA is right there, Jack. Keep their composure, keep chipping away at it.
Now with a 5-point game, Yakachonis comes to get it. Over to Riley. Riley, rise and shoot. Off the mark. Mara tips the rebound. Johnson flushes it home. and a whistle directly after that dunk, and a technical foul, it appears.
A technical foul.
And Mick Cronin is hot as he meets the officials right there at the scorer's table.
I guess DJ Carson said it hurt enough. He's kind of surprised on that situation there.
Well, it all started with Sebastian Mack, who got fired up. His teammates were holding him back. Mick Cronin came to his defense and started to become the vocal leader of that exchange, which continued throughout the possession. And after this putback, the technical foul was called.
Into the Bruins, number 34, Tyler Bilodeau.
Well, Mick Cronin trying to fight for his guys here. Maybe feeling like he's not getting an even whistle. Sometimes, though, teams respond in this scenario, Jack. They start to rally and say, hey, it's us against the world right now. How are we going to do this?
They need a response quickly as this lead has swelled back to 9. Mack to Bilodeau. Bilodeau, very aggressive offensively, and makes his way all the way to the rim.
I love that decision by Tyler Bilodeau. Understanding that Will Riley is talented, but he's thin. Could not keep him away from the bucket. Excellent patience that time.
14 points for Bilodeau. Boswell comes to get it. 10 on the shot clock. Boswell gives it up. Jake Davis back to Yakachunas. Yakachunas, beautiful look. My, oh my.
That's his shot too, Jack. He loves that step back three, and it looks like, oh no, not that. There you go, young fella.
Crowd to their feet. 10-point lead for Illinois, and a silencer on the other end of the court, and the foul. Trent Perry only played 9 minutes on Saturday, but knocked down a 3 in that game, and now a chance for a 3-point play when the Bruins needed it most.
This freshman is going to be a good one. Trent Perry, McDonald's All-American, his senior year in high school, had 10 points and 4 rebounds at Maryland, so this is a capable young man. I tell you what, that was about the best decision UCLA has made in the last 5 possessions. Great decision by that young man to get to the rim. I'm a little jealous of him because that got the best hair in here, man.
He sure does. He sure does. And the call went against Kylan Boswell, and that was his 3rd foul. So Boswell will take a seat for Coach Underwood.
Well, the Bruins trying to stay within striking range. Let's see if the Illini, with this lineup, who's going to be the focal point on the offense.
Yakachunas kicks. Gibbs Lawhorn now with 10 to shoot.
Oh, Yakachunas got to take Bilodeau. He's got to take him off the bounce.
Yakachunas told everybody else to retreat. Wants it for himself. Offensive rebound. Will Riley using that 6'8" frame.
Kobe Johnson's got to be careful with those 3 fouls.
Yakachunas, beautiful reversal.
Oh, he's so good. He makes it look so easy, Jack.
Crowd starting to make their presence felt. Kobe Johnson checking back into the game. He's had foul trouble, can't get it with his left hand. Morez Johnson with the board.
Will Riley won't get credited for a block there, but he definitely altered that shot. Good defense at the last second.
Riley kicks. Davis thought about a 3, gets himself to the rim, and a couple of free throws headed his way. Coach Underwood was making the point as well to the rest of the team as he brought them in front of him and shoot around and said, this is the point, man. This is the point, to be able to come back one day and be honored like this in a building where you made your mark, made your impact. And so that was a cool moment, too, for the young guys on this team to hear about it.
Yeah, I think it leaves a lasting impression, and guys that wear an Illini jersey understand. Oh, what Man, that's pretty savvy by Mack.
Sure was. Mack, a good offensive day, and he'll head to the stripe.
Foul in Illinois number 32.
Kind of deal what Kylan Boswell did to him earlier.
Team 6.
Yakachonis' arm is out. He just jumps right in it.
Correction, team spin.
Picks up the foul.
Yakachonis picks up his second foul. And Mack able to knock it down. Last year started 30 games as a true freshman. Could easily come in and get double digits off the bench, as he's proven these last couple of games. And when they need the offensive assistance, is usually when he's able to rise to that occasion. And with this free throw, he will get back to double digits, of course, off the mark, but an offensive rebound with the tip, and possession will stay with the Bruins.
You know, can the Bruins convert here? They got a break. And if I'm Nick Cronin, I'm calling Tyler Bilodeau's number here.
Johnson comes to get it. Bilodeau sets the screen. Back to Bilodeau. Bilodeau with the three. Can't find it, but he comes to get his own shot. Now Bilodeau, book it from the free throw line. You called it, partner.
That's why I wanted to see him get that opportunity, because right now, UCLA building some momentum, only down 6.
Riley, nice pass inside. Kick it to the corner for a three. Three-pointer won't go. Johnson there for the board, can't get it. And Johnson is going to pick up his 4th foul. Kobe Johnson in a very frustrating sequence there. And you see the frustration all over his face.
Well, against Illinois, if you get your hands on the basketball, you better secure it. Because if you don't, one of these Illini are lurking around to scoop that ball up. This time it was Yakachonis.
Sky Clark on his way to check in for Kobe Johnson, who's coming off a double-double on Saturday. 15 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals. Gives you some idea what he's capable of. And tonight all he's done is fill up the stat sheet in the foul department. Now a substitution checks in for Illinois as well. That's Kylan Boswell.
When your point guard can give you 7 rebounds in addition to 16 points, like Yakachonis has, usually has higher assist numbers. He's had a few turnovers here tonight, but that's production from your point guard position.
8-point lead for Illinois as we come down to the 10-minute mark.
3-guard lineup for UCLA. They want to try to utilize some quickness against the Illini. See if Sky Clark can get activated here.
Andrews to Bilodeau. Bilodeau hung in the air. Shot won't go. Ivicic, the board.
Tomislav Ivicic. Excellent job utilizing that size, bothering that attempt.
Boswell.
Watch Will Riley here as the shot clock runs down.
Shot clock at 8. Ivicic with it. And Ivicic is fouled, and that is a bad foul for UCLA defensively late in the shot clock. It'll be the second on Tyler Bilodeau. Be a 1-and-1.
This is 7'1" on the perimeter, acting like a guard. Able to put it down, was getting ready to go to the rim. He's just a tough cover. So tall, but he's got such a great feel for the game.
And a nice stroke as well from that free throw line. Shoots at 75%, over 35% from 3.
And I want to tell our viewers, Jack, that this young man is still recovering from mononucleosis. And anybody that's had that illness knows that if you open your eyes, you're tired. I mean, you want to go back to sleep. So this kid has fought through that, a high ankle sprain. He's not 100%, but you wouldn't know it.
Yeah, mono and then the rolled ankle shortly after, and back to the court he comes. A 10-point advantage as Bilodeau is wide open for 3, and that is the wrong man to leave. 5 threes, 5 made threes for Bilodeau.
He's been able to keep UCLA within striking distance almost single-handedly here.
Yakachonis double comes, He kicks. Ivasic, the big men are heating up. That is 3 for Ivasic.
I love the big man showing some emotion after hitting that. See their numbers on season averages, so very close to what they do from a season average standpoint.
Hitting the threes and hitting from the free throw line as well. Illinois 13 of 14 from the free throw stripe has helped them build this 10-point lead. This is stolen away. Yakachunas now fighting for the basketball. Bilodeau hits the deck, and Mack scoops it up. Now Mack looking to head towards the rim, kicks it. Andrews can't hit. Ivasic rebound.
Boy, that would have been a big 3 for UCLA to come up with that scramble. Couldn't get it to drop. Lina content to take plenty of time off this shot clock.
Ivasic on the money.
Jack, he's one of the reasons why I think this Illini team could be a dark horse Final Four candidate, because they got a lot of ways to beat you.
Ivasic there defensively after he hit his 4th 3 on the other end of the court.
Best ranked rebounding team in America. Talking about a team that's top 25 in both offensive and defensive efficiency.
Yakachunas, brilliant move.
Here's where UCLA's got to be careful. Illinois does not let up when they smell blood.
8-0 fighting Illini run, and this crowd to their feet.
Yep.
Time of the year. You can fit one more on that schedule.
Hey, if I can see Juju Watkins, sign me up.
Deal. 66-51 Illinois over UCLA after a run, an 8-0 run just before the break. Here goes Mack.
Now, UCLA can score here, Jack. I would expect them to get into some pressure because they've got to take a few chances here.
Great pass by Mack into Andrews.
They're just going to come back and sit down in the half-court set. It's a beautiful play call there by the Bruins.
Yakachunas with it. Riley over to get the ball, and now Riley looking for a screen, and he's able to get one. Back to Riley. Riley goes baseline, and a beautiful touch on the finish by Will Riley.
And who set him up? Tomislav Ivasic. Lead pass just by the hand of the defender. But he is playing a great forward game tonight.
Bilodeau can't miss. Give him 6 from behind the arc. A career high for Tyler Bilodeau from deep.
Can they get some stops?
Yakachunas with the answer.
Yakachunas. Like, yeah, I'm not trying to give you guys any way to put your head up.
Kasparis can spray, and he has been showing that off in this second half. Now Mack to the rack, and Mack was fouled.
Illinois number 13,
Kasparis Yakachunas just taking what the defense gives him. He comes off the ball screen action. The defense is late to respond. And same with Tyler Bilodeau. Ivasic is in drop coverage, and watch that pass from Ivasic. Nice two-man basketball by the Illini. Again, I want to remind our fans, or the viewers, excuse me, that Illinois may be in 7th position right now, but in terms of analytics, they're the second highest ranked team in the Big Ten behind Purdue on Ken Palm. So this is an explosive team in the Illini.
And a smooth pass from Andrews into Johnson, who checks into the game with 4 fouls. And possession will stay right there. There is the Illinois resume you were just mentioning.
And so you're talking about the Illini ranked number 15 in Ken Palm. You see the strength of schedule, number 12 in net ranking.
able to use that length just to get the basketball inbounds cleanly. Now, Yakachunas with it, 9 to shoot. Yakachunas has the ball tipped away, and UCLA comes up with a steal. Mack with a beautiful look, and Johnson with the finish, and Kobe Johnson was fouled as well.
Well, that's a great backdoor cut by Kobe Johnson. The pass was there on the cut. Beautiful feed from Mack. Yakachunas goes for the block. It's a little bit of the hand.
Shooting one.
Yakachunas picks up his 3rd foul.
But that's an all-seeing eye on that tattoo on Kobe Johnson's right arm, or shoulder rather. That all-seeing eye. See if he can see a UCLA run to get back in this game.
And a foul on the board there is going to go against Mack.
Sebastian Mack, his 3rd.
And Mack is frustrated, as is his head coach, and Mick Cronin. That's 3 on Mack.
Watch the box out here. The little stunt. Kind of surprised that Mack jumped off the floor. I didn't quite understand that move there.
He was trying to draw a foul almost, it looked like, on Ben Humrickhouse. And the refs saw right through it. A guy behind us just yelled horrible acting, and I guess that was the interpretation he's seeing the court.
These Illini fans are some of the most passionate in the country. That's for sure.
And Humrickhouse, who has struggled some from the free throw line, shooting at 64%. It would have knocked down the first.
I want to remind our viewers that this is a UCLA team coming in with 7 wins in a row. I don't care who you're playing or where you're playing. That's a hot team. And Illinois has controlled this game for the majority of it.
Mack headed toward the basket, and he dribbled it off his shoe out of bounds.
Mick Cronin just going to his bench, trying to find some kind of combination that can find some consistency. See Tyler Bilodeau, they didn't let him go down the bench. They're like, here, sit here, because you're going right back in. He won't be out long.
Ivicic back to Yakachunas. Humrickhouse. They're lighting it up from deep.
Humrickhouse shooting that one from Kankakee, Illinois. That was deep.
And the largest lead of the night swells to 16.
Shot clock under 10.
Johnson from 3. Johnson answers it.
Johnson, 3 points.
I'm really surprised that UCLA isn't trying to do something through quarter-court pressure after made shots or made free throws. They're content to come back and sit in half court defensively. As time is elapsing, they may have to start taking a few chances.
Illinois slowing things down offensively as that pass did not touch a Bruin. And possession flips back to UCLA. Nobody got a hand on it after Yakachunas let it go.
Well, if you saw the look that Brad Underwood gave Yakachunas on that last turnover, would not want to be on the receiving end of that.
It's 14 turnovers.
Tyler Bilodeau back in the game for UCLA. Let's see if they call his number once again.
Bilodeau out to set the screen, gets it right back.
Oh, Perry brought his defender into the way. Bilodeau was looking to score.
Bilodeau with a smaller defender on him. Now Bilodeau thought about the 3. Shot clock winding down. Bilodeau is on fire.
Big fella's heating up. Love to see when players catch it like that. 25 points on the night for Bilodeau.
Here's Riley. Riley a little shake as he heads toward the basket. Shot won't go. Trent Perry with the board.
That was excellent defense by Perry. He's given up a few inches there, but Didn't give any ground.
Big possession for the Bruins as Clark takes this lead under double digits.
Great job by Sky Clark going right at the hip of Ivicic. Once he got past, it's canceled Christmas. Character of these Bruins showing up here.
Sure are. After that largest lead of the night, an 8-0 run to answer it by the Bruins. And now just trying to save this possession, or the Fighting Illini unable to do so. Now 8 to shoot. Humbrickhouse taking his time, taking too much time, just 1 second to shoot, and that shot is just long, although a decent look from Tomislav. And stepping out of bounds is Perry. Possession back to Illinois.
Technicality, he's really a freshman, and those 3 freshmen, they were 2 points shy of all 3 of them having 20 points or more against Minnesota. When they get it rolling like that, it's a dangerous squad.
Yakachunas gives it up, gets it right back. Humbrickhouse back to Yakachunas.
Surprised. Yakachunas didn't go at Johnson with those fouls.
And that shot is short. Sky Clark with the board. Here's Johnson setting up a 3, and Johnson right on the money.
That's a big 3. So now UCLA, can they start to take some? Yeah, here they go. Run and jump a little bit. I am so impressed with this Bruins squad. They've been down all night, but they've hung around and given themselves a chance.
11-0 run by the Bruins, and now they're going to get a stop on defense and a rebound to go along with it. Dylan Andrews bringing it up.
It's like they're going to do some ball screen with William Kyle III. See if he can get downhill. There he is.
Gives it up, slams it home.
One of the best athletes in the Big Ten. That's a great call from Mick Cronin.
And all of a sudden, we have a 3-point game as we come down to 60 seconds to play.
Watch Yakachunas.
Timeout, Illinois.
And a timeout is taken by the Fighting Illini as Brad Underwood wanted to gather his thoughts.
Let's take a look at this last basket from the Bruins as they've clawed their way back into this game late. Watch Andrews, that drop coverage over the top of Kylan Boswell. He has no chance against William Kyle at the rim.
So what's the breakdown right now if you're Brad Underwood talking to your team?
Well, his son Tyler Underwood there, the assistant coach, is the offensive coordinator of Illinois, so he's calling out a set that they're looking for. They've got 16 seconds on the shot clock. They got plenty of time to get into the look that they want. Generally, in these situations, Jack, the coach will give you 1 or 2 options. So if that first option is taken away, they can look at the second option. I expect a high ball screen action with Yakachunas and Ivicic being able to pick and pop. See how UCLA can guard this.
Credit to the Bruins for just scrapping their way back into this. It feels like just a couple of minutes ago, it was just a couple of minutes ago, that lead was up to 16.
That's
and they
right.
have just weathered that storm here late. Plenty of time still to go, especially if they can come up with a stop right here. Yakachunas flashes for the basketball, 15 on the shot clock and rolling.
William Kyle guard Yakachunas is not a bad look for UCLA.
And Yakachunas creating space. What a beautiful shot. My goodness. Mack back to Clark. Clark for 3.
Oh, man.
An immediate answer from the Bruins.
Well, we got some clutch shooting here. Man. Yakachunas.
Ivicic, Yakachunas. And Yakachunas will take it out. Here's Boswell with it. It seemed like the Bruins were almost trying to foul. Nobody got a piece, though. Yakachunas now passes it ahead. Back to Boswell. It is incredible ball movement for the slam. Ivicic slams it home. You can't do it any better if you're Illinois.
Let's see if the Illini pick up a little bit. See KJ coming up the floor, Yakachonis. I like this call. Don't allow UCLA to just roll the ball and get up.
Here's Mack. Mack straight to the rim, and Mack was fouled. Yakachonis got a piece.
These are the head scratches by Kasparis Yakachonis. Brad Underwood beside himself in this situation. You just got to let him go. And Sebastian Mack savvy to draw the contact.
Shooting 2.
And Yakachonis picks up his 4th. Mack to the line. He has been a good free throw shooter. Shoots it better than 75%. And Mack with the roll.
For UCLA,
This, outside of hitting the 3, Jack, this is the best case scenario for UCLA. Scoring with no time off the clock. Now you can set up in your pressure, and you don't have to foul immediately again.
And William Kyle III checks back in for the Bruins.
So if Mack can get this, you see Trent Perry getting ready to come into the game.
And Mack hit them both.
In for UCLA, number 1, Trent Perry.
It's going to take Andrews out. Basically got 4 guards around William Kyle III. See this little football lineup for the Illini.
Yakachonis take it out one more time. Illinois takes their time to get it in. Another good pass ahead from Boswell. And Humrickhouse with it, and he is fouled. But Boswell both times in crunch time breaking that press as Yakachonis is limping himself right around midcourt.
It's that same leg that was bothering Yakachonis earlier. Now he's coming up a little gimpy. You see he's trying to stretch it out a little bit.
Well,
go ahead, Jeff.
Illinois has really shot it well from the free throw line for the entirety of this night. 15 of 16 from free throws.
Shooting 1 and 1.
1 and 1.
You want your veteran players at the line. Ben Humrickhouse, one of those for the Illini.
And Humrickhouse knocks it down.
They're playing musical chairs in the lane. Bilodeau trying to go where Ivicic is. A gamesmanship between the Bruins and the Illini.
And Humrickhouse with his 2nd rims out. Humrickhouse comes up with the offensive rebound. Tipped back by his teammate, and Ben Humrickhouse secured it.
Tomislav Ivicic has done everything this evening except sell posters at halftime. This guy has dimed his teammates up. And one of the plays of the game going over the top, tipping it back to Humrickhouse. Tomislav Ivicic doing all of this and still not 100%.
And Boswell, who shoots it better from the free throw line, 79%, able to knock it down, extend this lead to 4. What a huge tip back that was by Tomislav Ivicic. Andrews with a 3, and this 7-game winning streak out of UCLA is snapped in Champaign, Illinois. 83-78. The Fighting Illini come out on top.
Excellent job by the